Hello everyone and welcome to Stitching It Easy. My name is Ashley. Thank y'all so very much for joining me today. If y'all have been here before, thank you guys once again for coming back. I appreciate you guys just all the way around. If you guys are new, why hello. Hat tip. How y'all doing? Okay. So, today is a little bit different. It's not crochet, whatever we're calling it. Today's punch needle. So I did a punch needle project last year. I have a video about that. I will link that down below. Did kind of like a walkthrough of it. I'll do that again probably here in just a second. Anyway, yeah, did the punch needle project. Really enjoyed doing that. Had a whole lot of fun doing that. We went back a couple weeks ago, so where I'm talking about going back to is this beautiful lady's house, or not our house, her shop in Reed Springs, Missouri. So Reed Springs is just outside of Branson. Last year, whenever we went, we were looking for a yarn store, as you do, you know. And so we were doing that and put it into Google yarn stores, and the Wool House, which is what her store is called, came up. So we're like, awesome, it's Reed Springs, not very far, it'll be a fun little drive, it's beautiful over there. So we went to Reed Springs. Met her. She is the sweetest thing. Oh my goodness, I don't know how old she is. A lady never tells her age, that whole thing, right? She's precious. Okay, so her daughter creates the patterns, she makes the patterns, has a little store. It's just the cutest thing all the way around. So I had never done punch needle before. I had seen it, but I never dabbled. Yarn, a little bit of embroidery whenever I was like middle school. That's about it. Other than that, never went off into that. So oh, crinkle alerts. Darn it, the pillow is right up there. I'm telling you every time. You know what? I'm getting the pillow. It's been a thing for a minute. I'll be right back. I've been working on the background. BRB. Okay. So for a while now, I've mentioned the crinkle alert pillow and how I'm like, oh, it's right over here. And I just talk about it. A lot of you probably have never seen the crinkle alert pillow. So my beautiful friend Lisa made this for me because we talk about crinkle alerts. And there's bags and things. Headphones. People that wear headphones or have, you know, kind of a weird speaker, maybe don't like crinkles. So we discuss. All right, so crinkle alert pillow enters the chat. Crinkle alert. All right, so I'll put that in the background somewhere. I can set on it right now for comfort. But yeah, very quickly, side note, I do that a lot on here. Sorry if you're new. I'm working on the background. We just moved into this house. We've been here right at a week. Crazy. These are tickets from concerts that Derek and I went to. My grandma's shoes that she crocheted. Scentsy, obviously. I don't sell Scentsy. I used to. I've thought about selling it again just because I love it so much, but it smells good in here. My super cool little case that I got at a thrift store. Yarny goodness. My sign that my beautiful friend made, her sister made me. My beautiful friend Rebecca, her sister painted that for me when I first started this Chanel in my yarny bowl. I have another beautiful friend on here. So, anywho, working on the background. Just had to say, I know this light or this window is reflecting weirdly. I hope all the things you guys are gonna be able to see like colors correctly, because I know that it's a weird light. Like I said, the other window has a really pretty tree. I'm thinking about covering this just because of how bright it is, honestly. And then maybe the one with the tree will sit in front of it sometimes, but I kind of think that something like this might be a good spot. This is my guitar. This is my amp. In case y'all are like, what's that thing right behind you? I promised my husband I would start playing My Lady again, which is the name of my guitar. So it's set up right here. So anyway, we're in front of the PV. Okay, back to the task at hand, which is punch needle. Sorry if y'all have never been here before. Rabbit holes are a thing. I just kind of trail off sometimes. Okay, so the lady, super awesome, has the store. Daughter makes the patterns. So last time we went, said my husband has a punch needle project that his grandma made him. It's so cool. It's a bulldog. I've shown it on here before. But yeah, I fell in love with this one. It's called On the Rooftop, or Rooftop Party. Rooftop Party. The black cat in the barn, the pumpkins. So, I said her daughter makes patterns. This is like your color grid. I'll show you it's not banned at all. Anyway, high school band and the color guard. All right, anyway, I'll show you guys the grid better in just a second. But, anywho, so I told her how cool it was. We talked about the fun we have on this Chanel, aka channel. And she was like, well, have a seat. And so I started just kind of looking at what she was doing and thought it was absolutely beautiful, because on the back side of your project, I'll just do a sneak peek real quick. On the back side, it looks almost like a painting. It's just as pretty as the front side. This is not, but this is. Okay, so I was just admiring that. I'm like, that is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And she's like, oh, that's the back side. And then she flips her project over, and I was just in awe of how beautiful her project was. So she's like showing me how to do it, tells me to sit down. I take her little needle and I make just a few stitches, and I fell in love. And she's like, I think you can do this. And I was like, okay, let's try it. So bought Rooftop Party, bought the ring that you put it in. It's just like an embroidery floss ring, but it has a little stand so that way you can set it on a table and it's sturdy. And some punch needles. So this is an ultra punch, and you can change the height of your needle right here. And you have to thread your needle. Okay, got the things, went home. Well, we were staying up there, went back to the condo, immediately started working on the project. Like, was so happy about it. So I'd sat on the little back porch back there, same thing. I have videos from that last year, just sitting out on the deck and how beautiful it was, that view, my goodness gracious. But yeah, looking out at, the Ozarks. But I sat back there and did the punch needle and fell in love. Came home, obviously worked on it, and wanted to go back to that store. I mean, thought about that lady and how sweet she was, and just wanted to go back. She has it's on Etsy. I know she has a website, and it is, I will link it below. It's threads that, double check. Yeah. threadsthatbindonline.com. I will link her below, but you can go in there and order. So anywho, this is what I made last year. So this is the back. This is what you punch into. So this, whenever you put this on your ring, this is the side you punch, and then when you flip it over, that's like the right side, crochet wise, of your project. So this is what you punch into. And then this, bum, ba, bum, is what it looks like when it's done. So, okay. Rooftop Party. I had so much fun with this. There's a couple spots that I messed up. Like right here on the pumpkins, you're supposed to turn your hook to a number 1. Right, yeah. And for some reason I had the number 5 in my head, so I put it on a 5, which made it considerably taller. So like this pumpkin is the right size. This one's extra fluffy. That one's a 5. Otherwise, and there are some spots where there's some like yarny threads and stuff, but this is my first one, so I don't even care. So I had this dude, my little black cat, that needs a name. Anywho, loved him. We made it back to the Wool House. Very excited. I was so happy to go back. So we pull up. This was, you know, it's been a few weeks because we moved. Stuff's been crazy. I haven't been able to show you guys these, so I'm excited. So went back to the Wool House. We pull up and she isn't there. She has a little, you know, a little sign that has her phone number and all that, says to call. So I called. She came down there right away, which was so sweet, and she was just adorable. So we had my mom went with me, so it was just my mama, the Wool House lady, and myself, and we had such a fun time. Just like giggled and chatted and had just the best time. She is so sweet. So whenever we went last year, my mom bought a needle punch that the lady had made that had 3 chickens on it, or 3 little baby chicks. So this time she went back and the lady had one that had hens on it, so my mom got the one with hens to go with it, and they're so cute. It's perfect. I will just say that. I won't go into the whole little story about why it's perfect, but it is absolutely perfect. So anywho, okay, I had a whole lot of fun in there this time. So like a lot of fun. So I found a couple things that I really liked, and then my mom found one that she liked. It's Halloween-y. And anyway, and then I got some other cool stuff to go with this, because I said, as much as I love crochet, don't you get me wrong, I've still been crocheting. Well, I haven't since I moved in here, but I've still been working on projects. But this is just a fun something different that I'm going to try to keep in my whip cart. I'm going to try to set myself up like a little cool spot, maybe in the top, I don't know, somewhere in the whip cart, and then just have all of my projects in there. But okay, that's my own little thing. That's nothing to do with this video. I don't know. All right, so whilst walking around, I found Helga. So this is Helga's Sideshow. If you're new, you don't know, Halloween is my jam. For context. All right, cool. Thank you. Helga's Sideshow. She'll show up. There we go. So it's Helga and her pumpkin, and she has her little crow on a leash because, you know, it's a sideshow, and her broom and the moon. It's adorable, and I love it. So I saw this one, and then not right next to it, but down a couple rows was this one. Hilda. See, that light's not gonna work back there. Look at that. Okay, there we go. Hilda and her cat and her cape and the moon, and she's on her broom. You guys can see that at all. She has a broom. There we go. Okay, so Hilda and Helga. And I was like, well, that's perfect. Those obviously go together, even though they're not next to each other on the shelf. Irrelevant news. Those obviously go together. So then I was like, oh my gosh, Mom. I was like, the one that I have back home, Andy's, which would be our good buddy Midnight, or whatever his name is here. This dude. And these guys. Ladies. Okay. So those together, I feel like, is a thing. So I'm gonna hang these all together. Have a little Halloween scape somewhere in the house. And then, whilst looking at those, my mom found this one. This one is Spooktacular Night. I love it. She's like, you have to get that one. And I was like, okay. So 3 ghostesses, 2 bats. Oh, look, we got a little spooky family. Look at that. That's cute. I didn't even think about that before. 3 ghosts, 2 bats. And it says RIP 1841. So I got those to do like a little Halloween collage, if you will. Because I thought about not even hanging this one by these and just putting this one separately, just because it's cool, and I don't know, but it's like that orange in there goes with the orange in all these. So it's gonna pop. Let's see. show you Hilda. Or Helga. I'm not working on Hilda yet. I'm working on Helga. I'll put this up here so I don't mess it up. Okay. So you get, like I said, Threads That Bind is her shop name, the daughter. I've never met the daughter, but obviously she's pretty cool. So her mom's really cool. Okay, so, oh, that's gotta be better. Sorry, that was loud. That was the air conditioner. All right, so anyway, Helga's Sideshow. And then, so it's just in here with this, and then the picture comes on, it comes printed already on your fabric. So this is the printed side, this is the side up, and then the other side is just, you guys can't see it. There's nothing on this side. It's white. I know it looks like there is. There we go. It's just plain. So that's in between. And on the back, you get a little chart. So it tells you what number to put your needle on. For this one, it's a 1. You use 3 brands of embroidery floss, so you want to make sure and separate that all out. And then it tells you, like, the sky background, you use DMC 642 and 3787. So you get all those out, because like for the other, I have another one that uses this one. So like for Spooktacular Night, it doesn't just use DMC. Like I used to make jewelry and all kinds of stuff with embroidery floss. Almost everything I had, it's kind of like the norm, I feel like, was DMC. It's kind of like Red Heart yarn probably. I don't know that, I was just wondering that. But anyway, so this one has like Valdani, like it used Valdani yarn. Some of them use like a variegated yarn or variegated thread. Use some different things, but anyway, it tells you a little bit about miniature punch needle on the other side. So yeah, the Threads That Bind online. Do that in case you guys want to take a screenshot at the bottom. But anyway, that's her website. So get those, and then back in this Ziploc baggie, because I like to just be able to look at the front, flip it over, and see which colors I need. So also with that, you get, she has these, you don't have to buy them from her. You can go, you know, Hobby Lobby, local craft store, wherever, and get the yarn, or get the thread. I'm gonna say yarn every time, y'all know I am. Anyway, I don't think she sells these on the website, but I could be wrong. I just remember seeing patterns, but it's been a little bit since I've been on there. So like this one goes for Helga's Sideshow. You get all the yarn, or all the string together. So this is all the stuff you need for Miss Helga. And yeah. So some of them had these, some of them I went to another craft store and got those. But that'll be a different story. I went to one I went to last time, the Celia Samplers, that has yarn and such, and got some patterns, but that's a down the rabbit hole for a different time. So anyway, okay. So this is what I have so far. I have part of the moon, and this is the background, and I did the string that she's holding the crow with, and so that's all you can see so far. But it's a lot of fun. Okay, so that's all of Helga and stuff. Also, I got this one that's called Flourishing Bounty. It's so pretty. She had a few florally ones. This was my favorite one, but I thought same thing, kind of like the Halloween ones all together. I thought like a floral arrangement with punch needle would be really pretty. So this is the other one I got. Isn't that beautiful? I love it so much. So the other ones all come on this like cream or white colored linen ecru, if you will. This one's kind of more of a like taupe. So it's going to be dark, which is why it's like that, which is so cool. So I saw this and was like, that's so neat that you can do it on different stuff. So then I was like, hey, I have a question, because a while back I got a doily at a thrift store. has fabric in the middle of it. And I thought it'd be cool to punch needle something onto it. So I asked her, how do you do that? Like if you're just punch needling onto fabric, can I just put the fabric in and go from there? And she said not necessarily, because the thread count, I guess, really, of your fabric matters. Like you need it to be tighter together. So she sent me with this, which is Misty Fuse. And this is what you put in as like kind of like batting almost. You put your picture and then this, and you punch into, no, you put this in the middle between your batting and your other thing, and then punch, and it works. So you can do it on any fabric. So it wouldn't matter. You just like draw your picture on here, and then like I said, punch it into that, and it'll go into whatever fabric. You could put it on a purse, put it on whatever you want. And so then also I got some weaver's cloth from her, because I figured I wouldn't go on to Joann's anytime real soon. Anyway, got some weaver's cloth so I can kind of do the same thing. Like if B draws a really cool picture or something, I can put it on here, transfer it onto here, which this I can just weave right into. So this would be for like, say this thing on Alice in Wonderland fabric instead of on this. So I would put this picture on here and then on fabric and do it that way. Anyway, wouldn't use this. Okay, it's really super confusing. Anyway, with this, like I said, like B draws a picture, which is my daughter, in case you're new. Yeah, I can make her something. So anyway, trying to kind of cover all my bases. I don't know when we're gonna make it back up there. I don't know when I'll order anything from the website. Hopefully, you know, it won't be too long and I have that option, but it's so fun just to be there and like chatting with her, because she is so sweet. She's precious. And so, you know, we kind of get into it all. So this is my string for Hilda. And so like that, this one's a variegated for Miss Hilda. So which is the other witch. And then this is the floss that we got from Cecilia's Samplers. So there we go. For the flower and the ghosts. So that's that. So I really want to make, I don't know, either a cute little bucket or something, I'm not sure, for all of my stuff. And like the thread, floss, yarn, whatever, string, whatever we're calling it at this point in the video. Anyway, like the little embroidery floss deals, you wrap it around, and then I used to have a tackle box. It's somewhere. We've moved. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. But I have a tackle box that's has a whole bunch of floss in it, and then it's just in there because I made bracelets or, you know, whatever. So the color number didn't matter. Now it matters. But I'm thinking about doing that again, wrapping them and then writing the number, and not having to have, you know, all these, because a bunch of them are duplicates, especially like the Halloween ones. So but I'll have them still, which is fantastic. And so I'm thinking maybe doing that and just kind of writing them and then making just a little, like condensing things, organizing things. Okay. So, but yeah, that's what I got at the Wool House. I said, for Celia Samplers, I'll show you guys in a different video, but I got some crochet stuff that is a way cool store too. We'll talk about it. But anyway, so this is what I'm working on. Her super cool pumpkin and her outfit. I love her. I'm so excited. Yeah. These, I think I'm gonna do a live. I said that yesterday, but do a live pretty soon, and then maybe punch needle in there even for a little bit, just kind of hang out. But yeah, so have a little Halloween collage. This will be fun. So yeah, anyway, that's my punch needle stuff. That's what I've got. This is as far as I am so far. It's the background is going to have the stripes, and it's 2 shades of green, and then the bottom, you guys can see right here, it's like the floor is 2 different shades. And then she did tell me that you want to go through and do like the outlines and things like that first, because they'll get lost in the mix. And I learned that from last time. Yep. And so like for this one, I went ahead and did the string. That's why the string's already done, because that one's probably going to get lost in the mix whenever I do this and do this. And like her little hand, I need to do her hand next and things like that, because just her eye, do those first, because if I do the skin, her eye and her cheek and her mouth is going to disappear. So do that stuff first. So that was good to know. I'm glad you told me that last time. And you want to make sure that your fabric is tight like a drum. Speaking of band, I guess. So anyway, and then like I said, it's very important to read the back and like what pile depth, which is what number your hook's going to be on, or your needle, I guess, is going to be on, and then how many strands. So other than that, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So you thread through here and then back through that little hole right there. Okay, there we go. You can kind of see it. And then make sure that the open, that part is like the part that you're going with, that's facing forward when you go. And you just do this, and it's like color by number but with string. It's really fun. So all right, so I'm gonna work on those. Hopefully it won't be long and I'll get them done. I don't know. So I've been moving in and all that stuff, so it's been kind of chaotic to say the least, but I did work on this one a little yesterday, watched some Better Call Saul, and worked on that one just a little bit, so I may do that here in a little while today. I have some stuff to do today, but we may do that. So anyway, this is the one I have to compare the others to, though. My first one is pretty dang exciting. So like I said, it's wild at the back. If you trim it up, the back could be a picture too. You could hang it like, I don't know, however, but anyway, it's pretty cool. So, all right, I will come back when I finish them, but I will come back before then with yarny things and such. So I thank you guys for hanging out and listening to me ramble about punch needles. Not even yarn, not even close. So thank you. I appreciate you. All right, so I thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have a wonderfully blessed day. Please stay safe, and I will talk to y'all very soon.